Alright, back row trader here. Last we left off, we lived on Recolliger's pilot, or no, Recolliger's plot. And yeah, we just landed here. It's just a floating hulk that seems to have people in it, so we're gonna just progress onward. And we're immediately drug into something. Cool. Welcome, your lordiness. Please, please come right at, or I can't read for the life of me. Please come right in. Our chief she'll greet you. And you nitwits, quit your gawk and get to work. There we go. Alright, we got a Lord Imperium check. What you got, Jai?
An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my exploratory brethren have already performed a requiem rite here. Further examination is inadvisable.
So basically that plaque...
What about the sagacious marauders rooting around in the guts of this dead colossus of the void? Talk to them. Wisdom can be found in unexpected places, Shireen.
Basically that plus Pascal here saying that the ship's already been abandoned, just assumed dead, or like, you know, they've already done everything, grabbed the important loot, whatever, and just been abandoned to the void. So this is really a space hulk.
Be advised, all acts of sacrilegious theft,
As we're looted.
Mechanicus privileges, and looting will be catalogued for justice enforcement purposes.
Check Pascal. We're
Is
looting.
it theft when the goods in question do not belong to anyone? In a tug of war between cold traders and cogs, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Alright. I'm glad we brought Jai along, and of course Pascal. Rada. Your lordship, please excuse me, I really don't know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light Emperor be with you and with us. My name is Rita Mashimosa. Maximova. I'm in charge here. What is this place? We just call ourselves Rita's crew, and this place is Rita's cramped. That is, we're collegers, scavengers in common terms. Doesn't speak scavengers with any disdain, on the contrary, there's dignity in her voice. Okay. And all our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us, as she looks at Pascal. Pascal stares dispassionately at Rita with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not considered the possibility that replying to this creature's word could be anything other than heresy. What do you do here? Right now, we're getting this old heap of junk slowly but surely. That's our college's life for you. Drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield, and then we just sit there for years on end. We're looking for working tech or valuable materials and whatever else may be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there. These wrecks are chock full of all kinds of dangers, but I swear on my plasma torch it's an exciting one for sure. This soul bears out all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but when we do find working pieces now and again, we spent 2 whole months clearing out the shaft before we finished just 3 days actually, and we found this thing, a bit weird looking, but still functional. Perhaps the lordship would like to buy this component from us. I'll bet a big ship of yours can be plenty of use out of it. Present the object, lay woman. Sure. Some rechargeable batteries? Yeah, sure. Wasn't it something Emperor himself must have filed upon us? I mean, thank you, your lordship. You'll be pleased with the results. I mean, just fuel cargo, I guess, at 210 XP. Right. It's kind of a trivial, probably cost for us. Didn't even cost the profit factor, and greatly improves their standing with these people. Your lordship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but in that corner over there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people to check it out if you like. Clearly you know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful. You've got your own ship? No, not even close. Luxury like that, you could count the Recolligers who got their own ship on one hand. An old worker's hand that got sucked into machinery 3 times and splashed by a plasma cutter twice. We fly with whoever, mostly just taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride to promise that we'll pay with what we find later. Other times we find some other means. Risky business, obviously. 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off at an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support systems. Ship came back to pick them up 2 years later and found nothing but bodies. And about 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, a ship took 3 cruise locations. Citations ran into pirates on the way back. Ships go out on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages for anyone realized they were missing, and it was even longer before they remembered the scavengers. Plus, it took some time to find a ship that could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 crews had brought it. Yep. Had bought it. Yep. Anything about this wreck? Not much. We're no eggheads, you know. We're manual labor. and an ancient thing, pretty dangerous, and we don't really know much beyond that. Before we came here, some tech priests have done their own bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing, battling spirits, and all that. Yeah, a lot don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind, it's true, but it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged dozens of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcass smell awful, but you can pluck a decent number of parts out of the servitors and sell them. Not so much as anything nasty living inside the wreck now. The wreck itself is barely holding together. You go a couple of modules from here, and you won't take another step without fearing that a broken reactor might cook you alive, or a whole module might depressurize. Well, it's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're having to poke at it. We don't have a clue what the ship or who it belonged to. You take pride in your trade. Sure do. Takes skill, luck, and a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day crawling atop these old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die by the score sometimes. A moment you're there, and now we're gone. It's kind of like worker ants. But you know what, your lordship? Our job has something, how should I put it, poetic about it. Oh my god, she's a lot of talking. I hope you don't judge me too harshly and don't take his insolence, but some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. They say your ship hops and warps someday and doesn't hop out of it in time. And another 1,000 years later, another gal like myself, who needs to feed her 3 ankle biters somehow, will be rifling through its remains, looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We have our lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other. Speak as if the world is set in stone and none of us can change anything for the better. There's some big things we're talking about way out of my depth. Change for the better? Heck, that'd be nice. If I was younger and didn't have 3 youngsters back home, maybe I would dream about this stuff. But as it is, I've got no habit of dreaming. I can take you from this place. It's not safe here. Sooner or later, you'll die, as mentioned. But this is our whole lively ship. You take from us here, and what we're going to do? Send some holds, saving away. Here, we've got our own colony, our own operation. No, this is our path. Cool. Your lordship, please don't take this insolence. It's often that we get well-stocked ships around. I thought this was going to be a repeat of the dialogue, because I think this is exactly how she started the other one. Not too often that we get well-stocked ships around here, and we can certainly use more provisions, some warm clothes. If it's something you'd be willing to provide, we'd be greatly bartered for whatever we can dig up inside this here ship. We expect to offer a fair trade. No, well. Shrine.
1 and it's done.
Then save console symbols are destroyed when hacking is attempted. You should not try to open it like that, but try to know that, but something with the environment could help. Cool. Pile of rubbish. Cheap scrap metal.
I've read about this.
Interesting. Okay, Recolliger was a instruction manual for a duty officer on how to access the safes. You obtain codes to the safes by logging into the ship's cogitators. Cool. Interesting that they have like a animation for a awareness check rather than it just being before. This is what I'm talking about, where like a lot of these Owlcat games will have like certain areas where certain base mechanics will work slightly differently, and they make me think they were made at different points in development. I have absolutely no way of confirming that. Alright, we got a level. It is a common talent. Okay, so common talent shouldn't be that long. We already got our intelligence, so let's go for an offensive stat here. Probably ballistic skill, right? Or perception. We'll do 1 ballistic skill. Just get us up to the next interval. Cool. Now, regarding the common talent, we got a couple things to think of. So I got Killing Plan. I totally forgot about that, but, you know, an extra 6% damage. Which is based on weapon skill bonus. You know, that is a little tempting. We don't use it often enough, but I would pop it up to 8%. Oh yeah, weapon proficiency. Is there a reason I wanted Aldari in particular? Oh, I also have Drukari. There you go, intelligence. We could do more perception. Don't need more dodge. I mean, we don't move that much, but it's not a terrible idea. Okay, just before, I want to check our inventory. Won't be using that anytime soon. We already got the melt gun proficiency, but maybe Aldari or Jukari, because I know they have some decent sniper rifles, right? I guess it does toxic as well. I was about to say, I'm like, it doesn't seem that good, honestly. Alright. Let's skill, you know, make our accuracy a little bit better. Is there anything else? We could do a skill proficiency. I swear, oh, maybe we put it on you. Yeah. We're going to use this. Because, we are running into an issue, not necessarily an issue, but like our main character is a person who's extremely MP or AP efficient right now. As in, like, our first turn, sure, we use it all, but like after that, okay, so just get Aldari. But after that, we do really only use like 4 AP usually. So having a free one is not a terrible idea. It's ballistic skill. Let's get that Aldari weapon proficiency. Cool. So we lose nothing, basically. In fact, we gain everything, except for having a single shot. But if we need a single shot, we can use... We just won't shoot. We still don't have any boots. Wow. Yeah, I guess we just don't have any boots. Okay. Well, you have a lard. How are you feeling? Any strength, maybe? I think his weapon skill is fine. Where are we getting plus 15 from? Augmented gloves and knuckle guard. Yeah, but I don't see taking those off anytime soon. I guess we could get fellowship, but like, what do we have that actually scales off fellowship? Yeah, I don't know if it's anything actually scales off fellowship that we have. I don't think so. I mean, very intentionally, we haven't been doing anything with it, so let's just get strength. Alright. He is our only vanguard, so doing my part is not terrible, but like, also, it's just the first turn. What did we start? Dual weapon combat, not relevant here. We're using two-handed weapons. It will not die is an extra 11 health, which is, you know, actually a decent percentage of health. I got swift movements. There we go. Power weapon expert. Could get power armor proficiency. I don't know when we get power armor. I haven't seen any yet, but it would be nice to have, but it's not like we don't get talents at some point. We don't get a common talent till like the end, though. But if we really need it, we can grab one from our normal ones. So more health, honestly, might be it. Or we could just do strength and just get a full bonus. I think, honestly, the strength's probably the actual correct call. Just have him hit harder. Right, because it does an extra 10% because we're using two-handed weapons. So, I mean, 10% damage increase is worth it for a single common talent there. Master Tactician. Well, can't do willpower. Fellowship's not a terrible idea. When do you have a -3 from? Huh? Oh wait, whatever. Perception. Common talent. Well, Unblinking Stare is pretty good. Guide of Souls is also pretty darn good. I mean, -7 dodge and hit chance isn't great, but it is something that doesn't require us to spend any AP or anything on pretty much everyone. I mean, 10% armor from being stacked on top of revealed light is pretty cool. But this is good because it synergizes more with Abelard, right? And then to a lesser degree with our other characters, as we have Pascal and Heinrichs, who also have attack of opportunity. So let's do that. Because even though we're not using movement things really much, so attack opportunities aren't going to be provoked as often by us, but they will be provoked by Abelard fairly often. Just doing a quick scroll. We're gonna get the more movements, but I don't think we really do it. Sorry, I'm yawning a lot right now. I think... I don't know if it's allergies or something, but I can feel my sinuses dying a bit. Alright, anyways. We'll just go Unblinking Stare. It's plus perception. Yeah, so actually it's going to be +7 damage from all attacks of opportunity. And being unable to dodge them. They can still parry them, which is less than ideal, but at least removes the dodge functionality. So they don't parry the Gigot. Okay, I'm just not spending too much time on it. Alright, what are we doing here? Weapon skill is tempting. We don't have anything that scales off of willpower, actually. Right, it's all psi rating related. Yeah. So we actually don't need a willpower. Our agility's fine. I think we just do a weapon skill. Either that or strength. Ooh, strength is tempting. Just getting more damage. But we'll do the weapon skill. I think at 60 though, we probably won't need to equip it, buff it anymore. Edge of Dawn's pretty good. Just flat 10% on our melee. But I think we're doing Psalm of Heroes here, unless we have... Oh no, we have Psychic Terminus. Alright. Alright, Psychic Terminus it is. But next time, Psalm of Heroes, because being able to pump up our psi rating in combat is pretty crazy. But right now, all of this stuff scales off psi rating, so those increases are pretty good, if you ask me. Right, -14, +22, +6, +11, so we actually are crossing the, like, +10 thresholds on a lot of things now. And also Purge Soul, 5 to 8 direct damage. With a possible extra 200%, which isn't a lot, but it is direct damage, so if you have a high armor enemy, that can be very useful. Plus its range is, you know, we're pretty much guaranteed to hit, although I could replace it. Like, looking back at, I could respec Heinrichs again, but I think he's fine. We'll just use it as an excuse to get some other ability for a prereq. Pascal, what are we doing with you? Intelligence. Pretty straightforward. Common talent. We ain't getting him too heavy armor because he needs more strength. He needs like 3 levels of strength. More MP could be very good. Let's see, anything else here? Could do Jukari weapon proficiency. So I get the splinter rifle thing, but he has bonuses for plasma, so we're just going to keep the plasma stuff. Plasma weapon expert, 2 max damage. It's not much, but it is something to consider. Likewise, power weapon expert. I'm just starring it, even though it's unlikely I take it, just for the case of having it starred. A single common talent plus 10 is better than taking the skill plus 10, or the plus 5 skill thing, so. This is less useful because it doesn't affect the base skill, it only affects the subsequent 2 skills rather than the base characteristic. This gives a plus 10 to a base characteristic, which is pretty crazy. We could do this. This would give us a flat 12% more damage per shot with the plasma, and as long as we shoot every turn, we can keep getting it. I think I'm going to take that because that's pretty crazy, honestly. Calculated relations is tempting. Yeah, let's try this. Because now we have the refund and we also have the claim to bounty. We can pretty reliably get that off. Alright, no fellowship. So probably just... Do you have anything at 5 willpower? Don't really care then. So probably just agility in this case, or ballistic skill. Let's do agility. It's more important you don't die than you hit more, especially since you have like a burst 8 weapon. Now you already have swift movements. Just doing our agility. For 1 round, it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I think we just take agility here. Why not? You don't really use Shy much at all, so she can have a little bit more defensive option. Cool, that was a nice little level. Alright, we need to go find a cogitator. There's the cogitator. Pascal, use your big brain. Ah, inoperative. We have to go find the power button. Or maybe find the correct cogitator. Oh no, it's not operative. Alright, this one better be operative. So I should save because I just did leveling. Cool, we got the save code. In case it's a lie, just save. Hey, Eldari sword. Okay. So let's just actually take a look at it. So cloak, just 1% dodge. That's what Jai had, right? It's what she had previously. Oh, also, what's your cloak? No, you're keeping that Elfin Shroud. Yeah, I mean, 10% dodge isn't completely dashable. Maybe we'll give this to our Aldari sniper. Because she's an assassin, so she gets dodge bonus. Alright. Speaking of Aldari thing, Fractal Blade also. I'll keep that in our base inventory for now. %25 extra parry is pretty crazy, honestly. It's got good damage and pretty crazy armor pen. This is something I want to hold on to, and maybe with Abelard. Should have gotten him Eldari weapon proficiency, maybe, but we'll just hold on to that. Maybe we'll give it to just our sniper lady. Or Jai. Jai could use it for now. Yeah, Jai can have it for now.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Okay, is that everything? I think that was everything. Let's talk to Rada one last time. Cool. Okay, I think that is everything. We can't go this way, right? Okay, so there we just working back there. Cool. I mean, we got a nice Poseidon, and we got like a couple hundred XP, which is obviously enough to get us a level. Wasn't a crazy level, but a little bit of stat increases is appreciated. Alright, I think we're done with the system. Okay. Yeah, because I remember what happened last time is we went just straight here. And then didn't go here, so we had to go back here. We could go to the Porta Separata. And we are going to the Porta. Oh, knock on the door. Interruptions! Every time you travel anywhere in this game, you get an interruption. Which means you have to go through like 3 loading screens. I mean, I guess I know why they do it, is because problem with like Dresden and stuff and Wrath of the Righteous was people would let too many things stack up and it would sometimes like break a lot of quests. So this like forces progress on your quest lines and stuff like that, but it can be annoying. Alright. But see what I mean? 3 loading screens you're gonna have to go through. It's not even like I have a slow computer too. I imagine if you had a slow computer, like loading screens actually took a while, it'd drive you partially insane. How could you procure all these works? By the throne, even your personal collection doesn't have them. I would have remembered. So many unexplored worlds and stories, dozens of unstudied essays. I'm utterly astounded. Thank you. I could not jump to a better gift. I was not certain if engaging this long-forgotten noble ritual was prudent of me, yet you did everything in accordance to customs etiquette. I must admit, I enjoyed the game. I hope you did too. I think 3 is still the proper response to this. Ooh. Heart skips every other beat in time with the Lady Navigator's breathing. Cassie Powers receives austere revere replaced for the first time by passion in her eyes. Curve her lips, slight tilt of her head, small nod, smell around her lips, and I hold her hand, pale and trembling. I think this is what was correct. In that case, what I need to say is, your servants have marvelously in their efforts to adapt these chambers to my needs and taste. And if I may, I'd like to retire after arduous day, and we shall see each other tomorrow. Cool. Send me to my 3rd loading screen. And I'm going to have to go through a 4th loading screen, because I have to get back to the... Oh my god. I don't know. It's a thing where it, like, almost makes them feel like much more of a chore than they were in the other games. Because they're constantly, like, directly yoinking you out of what you're doing. And then you actually have to go through, literally 4 loading screens to get back to what you were doing. Even if that was reduced to, like, a 2, I think it would be much better. Oh. Well, I know we've lost majority of the fights out here. But we'll give this one a shot. 2 plasteel? Not worth. Oh, I should check all these. Your Lordship, there are alarming reports coming from Janus, and a large number of strange mutations have been spotted among the population or remote agri complexes. Aside from the obvious disfigurement, subsequent estrangement, these mutants, called wretches by the rest of the colonists, are coming together to practice a primitive form of religion, following ritual worship of the land. While they say no disobedience, our hostility to very existence is concerning. What do we know about them? The mutations cause loss of skin pigment and shedding of hair. Their eyes have some started developing a nicotine membrane similar to that of reptiles. Others succumb to the progressive atrophy of larynx, causing the loss of human speech. At the same time, their tendons become denser and more elastic, providing increased endurance and load resistance. They're commonly ostracized due to their grotesque appearance. There haven't been many cases of mob justice yet, but have become more commonplace after the mutations. Deformities become more obvious. The wretches tend to form groups that similarly afflicted people. Their average level of intellect is low, and they all belong to the labor caste and are communicating amongst themselves primitive vernacular by their own invention. As for barbaric religion, they're deifying both soil and Janus itself, to whom working agri complexes is a form of worship and has positive impact on productivity. So this is obvious that, like, being affected by the world spirit or whatever the heck you was yapping about, you know, how it's causing mutations and changes in behavior of the local wildlife. It's obviously affecting the people that are closely working with that, you know, in the soil and all that stuff. I cannot deny a pathetic, though extremely abstract connection to the symbols of my people. Their guttural prayers echo the sounds of the children Asayun speech. The probability of them having come into close contact with our civilization is non-existent, yet they are still somehow connected. Protect these people, resell them in distant abodes, but they are not harmed purities and keep watch. Someday the truth may be revealed. The blessed sanction of the Imperium does not grace these mutants, but nor does it declare their existence anathema. Should we sense them without further study, their immunity to existence is fully sanctioned, such as organs, rattlings, pariahs, pleasures, villains, or thruffs. Our library had many treatises on janitor's crafts. I can impart some of that knowledge to your servants. Purely theoretically, of course. It's not been properly studied and is missing catalog. I'm not registering a basis of delaying the commencement of immediate genetic purification. I recommend starting a thorough investigation into the genetic makeup of forbidden strain. Heart of the Nameless. I feel like they broke tooltips, because you used to be able to see what these things are, so I'm going to Google them instead and see if... Okay, so it's just like a skill buff thing. Only gains there. We lose some security and we get secrets of mutated flesh. And then gain security, lose efficiency. Or gain efficiency. Okay, so we still get secrets of mutated flesh. And what is that? Alright, we're gonna go with the friendly to Eldari option, because I cannot find anything on Secrets Mutated Flesh. Is only positives? Although, maybe story negatives, because, you know, their cult may grow here, basically, but they don't seem to be chaos, they seem to be the kind of, like, nature/Eldari stuff that we were seeing before. Which, while not great, is still, in line of tolerance of our characters, so we'll go with that. They've been touched by something wondrous. They resettled the distant agri complexes where their unorthodox appearance was not in danger of being massacred by the serfs. Per surveillance, when the Watchmen spotted a mysterious relic in the hands of groups wretches that turned out to be items of Xeno origin. Unlikely mutants understood the nature of the object they worshipped. Oh, we got a Drukhari weapon. Ooh, a debuff sniper. Cool. Well, we have a bunch of and we get chemicals and promethium. We are lacking in chemicals, at least, so that's definitely worth. Drusians, so these are high reputation. These ones block. So these two are exclusive to each other. Okay, we really need mechanisms, is what I'm learning. Alright, we're gonna do this, get some chemicals primarily. Promethium doesn't hurt, but... And you need a high profit factor, which we do, and we'll get a story event, it looks like, from this. Cool. How are we doing on time here? We're fine. And we'll go do the ship combat, and yeah, we'll just probably fill out this system. This warp gate looks like it probably has something going on here. Nothing going on there. I prefer the, like, in Pathfinder, where you had, like, the two party members, like, talking to each other during the, like, world map event stuff. Rather than it always just being in world, where they talk forever over each other.
I lift up my voice in prayer for this
we're
vessel
cooked.
and its hollowed guns.
Oh, we're so dead. And they have a big ship. Terrible. Okay.
Fire! Right now! Leave their hull strewn across the stars!
Shallow jump. Can we still use this? That, and then restart shields. Alright. God, these stills in range. Okay, well, that might get us a kill? I guess it's a kill. Okay. So, all of these guys are going to be able to shoot us this next turn. And we have nothing else that we can hit him with, so might as well do this. Try to keep our, like, damage to one side so we can about face later. Hey, that might be useful. Okay. Oh. Not good. In fact, very bad. God, dude, that apostate lance is crazy. God, having nothing else you can do is very rough. Yeah, should have probably just replaced this one with a larger lance because we're not actually getting much use out of it. Do we shallow jump here? I think so. Doesn't get us anything, but oh, that one went straight there.
Oblivion
My audio.
beckons.
Yeah, just making sure it doesn't blow us up.
Macro cannons, volley! Another salvo!
Does this kill us? Oh, it does hurt us. God damn it. Our back end's actually our most protected, so.
Set the course.
You rotate the nerd. Alright. This is as they say, not great.
Lay in the course.
I feel like we're, like, our ship at very least is under levels for this area. Our characters are fine, but I think it's just because characters in
Fire the
general are pretty
lance
strong.
batteries.
Oh, we're so cooked.
This world of plasteel and iron is falling
Okay.
into oblivion.
It is doable. But it's another one that's going to be on hold. Is, I think, just the reality of it. Although, maybe I'll change up our gear and give it another shot. Alright, what is this gate? Ancient Xeno artifact, older than humanity itself, possibly. A German designed gate leading somewhere, probably straight into the wicked abyss of warp, concerning all nasty shit that used to roam around here. Many captains, ladies here, Dora included, have tried to reveal its secret, but it seems that no one can figure out how it works. Good for them, if you ask me. Most of you are interested in. Yeah, actually share her plans with us, always kept them close to her chest. But I'll go on a limb and say she's searching a way to open the gate and see what's on the other side. Cognizant's fleet and conducted its own analysis of the Xeno artifact. All records of the expeditions on the site were added to the exploration catalog. Nasty in what way? I don't want to repeat the rumors, I don't know the truth, but it was bad. Where ships even hold trade convoys disappearing, captains avoiding systems, until eventually Lord Inquisitor came and made short work with it. Hasn't been much in the way of rumors ever since. Actually, Inquisitions made sure Voidsman kept their mouth shut. Cool. Let's study it a bit. Alright, well, we'll ignore it then. Fine. Okay, so against these guys... It's hard to tell what type of damage anything does. It's kind of one of my other main problems. Okay, the torpedoes could be fine. These things the same thing there. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we need a long range. Okay. Yeah, because we're only level 3. Which isn't great. We don't have any, like, actual... Although... Yeah, problem is we're also broke as living hell. We did that one fight and ended up having to spend all of our money. But because that was so close, I'm going to give it another try. Just full lance weapon, because we had a lot of cases where we just only had the range to hit one thing. And our like front macros were effectively useless. So we'll give it one more shot. Yep. And of course, as always, you start lasting the turn orders, that way everyone gets to hit you a billion times. Is there a reason for this? Not really. It's just a way of artificially making the fights significantly easier and making sure you have to pay, or make it significantly harder to make sure you have to actually pay no matter what, but, you know. Is what it is. Of course, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, oh wow, that would have been, you know, perfect to have our front cannons for. Never mind, perfect. Okay, so we're going to be using that phase. Let's warp jump. Okay, and if we do that, she'll be...
Set the course.
Okay. Those torpedoes out, and we don't need to restart yet. God, their range is so insane. Like, their omnidirectional range is insane. Unfortunately, we don't get the actual direct hit kill him. We can just torpedo for the direct hit, right? Oh no, never mind, we can't. Okay, well, that was a waste. Let's rotate this guy. Okay, let's get a shot in. Let's see, how do we actually solve this? Once again, a case of the good old can't reach. Yeah, and these ones, they do not give up the fight before they're dead.
onward!
Alright, this is the time for the restart. I'll take a front shot. Yeah.
Darkness reached us.
Oh no.
Your vessel flies like a bird with broken wings.
Alright, well, we've lost this one. Because they're... God, these guys are so annoying to fight. They have infinite range. Yeah, I think the reality of the situation is we are just not strong enough.
Leave the hull strewn across the stars!
Yeah. Okay, well, it was a good shot. We will continue with that later. We're going to come back to these systems after we, I think, clear out some of our other systems that I think have some easier combats. Maybe all the combats are like this, and I'm just bad at this. We'll see.